What's up, Juggalos? Wickit Clown Reviews here. I'm going to be reviewing every single EP and LP released by Psychopathic Records in chronological order. And up next is Myzery Para La Isla EP. So, Myzery is one of the early artists signed to Psychopathic Records. I believe this is only the second artist, actually, after Project Born. And overall, like Myzery style, he's from Puerto Rico slash New York, and his style is very like East Side hip hop, and he both raps in Spanish and English. And man, this dude is a master. He's constantly like rapping back and forth between the two languages seamlessly. And it's a style that's very like ahead of its time. That's not Myzery, by the way. That's the minority. But yeah, it's kind of a style that's very ahead of its time. Not many people back in the day were doing this style of rap, and it's much more popular now. Especially with like K-pop and other different international genres of music. But yeah, Myzery was really ahead of the game on that front. And this EP, I really and truly think it's one of the best released by Psychopathic Records. It holds up incredibly well. I've kind of been sleeping on this over the years. I always liked the EP. I never had any problems with it, but it wasn't something I bumped a lot. And, revisiting it, I'm just like, God damn, it is a masterpiece. It's really phenomenal. Phenomenal work here. Love it. So, yeah, here's a great photo on the back of him passed out. I love the 90s style thrashed room. You got the topless side titty. It's awesome. So, all right. First song, on the album, I'm going to go through track by track and kind of give a review. There are no other pressings of this original version as far as I know. If there are, please let me know down below. But yeah, so the album opens with Para La Isla, and it's just, kicks in immediately to that early 90s hip hop style and really sets the tone for the rest of the album. And it's just it's excellent. There's not much I can say. I can't lie. I don't understand half of what's being said, but it's really good, and it's really really entertaining. Good stuff. And the album starts out with a skit which features Jump Steady. That's pretty cool too. Okay, and then we go to Stimulated Dome. This is a weed smoking song, and it's very just, again, I'm going to be repeating this a lot because that's what this album is. It's just fucking old school 90s hip hop, with that like piano style in the background and just like that front porch hip hop. It's so good. And yeah, so Stimulated Dome, weed track. It's good. And then, you got Stack It Up. It's the beat's a little darker on this one. A little bit more into the wicked shit that Psychopathic brings. And it's also a phenomenal track. I've really got, very, very few specific complaints about any of these tracks. If I Ever Die, this one's a bit more hard hitting, and it's got like horns. It's like almost kind of that G-funk style, almost a little bit, but not really. But another just phenomenal track. And then the most popular song here at the end is Witching Hour, featuring ICP. This one's on Forgotten Freshness, and definitely the darkest track on the album. Of course it would be. And a reflection of just like how shitty it is to die and how the world moves on without you once you do die. And then at the end, it ends with a Para La Isla instrumental. And, the instrumental, it's kind of weird. It's normally instrumentals are true instrumentals. This one, the chorus is still there completely. And if you listen, you can actually like faintly hear the verses at the same time. So I don't know what the point of putting an instrumental is on the end of this. It's probably the biggest flaw on the album. Um, but yeah, and if there is another flaw, I would say all these songs are really good, really catchy, but it's kind of standard hip hop fare a little bit, creatively. Like Para La Isla, it's about his home, it's weed smoking, you got money songs, and If I Ever Die is a little more thought provoking, and then of course Witching Hour is the most creative song and it's featuring ICP. I'm sure they had a lot to do with that. So, while Myzery may absolutely have an incredible talent, it's the themes are maybe a little too general and common. And I think, the general themes mixed with, most juggalos at the time probably had no fucking clue what he was saying. I think that's part of why Myzery didn't do too well. This album did not sell very well, and they made a lot of copies. It's one of the only OG like 90s printings that you can still find for like $10. There's a lot of them out there. It is not rare at all. And so I really feel like ICP believed in Myzery, and unfortunately the Juggalos didn't come through for Myzery. And yeah, he was eventually dropped from lack of sales, which is the story of most artists that ICP signs to Psychopathic. Myzery would make an appearance later on in the Psychopathic Riders as Twin Gats, which we'll get to that later. But so this isn't quite the end of Myzery's story for Psychopathic Records, but it is the end of his solo career for a while. I guess I shouldn't say that because in the 2010s, they actually did a 20th anniversary version of Para La Isla that features a bonus album on it and an expanded version of this album, which is kind of supposed to be, this is coming this summer, Myzery. We later kind of got something close to that. And I'm not reviewing that on this video because it is a separate album release. Yeah, it's not just an alternate pressing of this. But yeah, what do we got? Is it a Didix pressing? Disc Makers. So yeah, I'm fairly certain these Disc Makers press are the only versions that exist. If anybody has any different knowledge on that, please let me know. I would love to snag other copies. And this one's signed. I did not get it signed myself. It actually came with, when I bought the 20th anniversary version from somebody, this came with it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take a signed Myzery album. But yeah, again, this album's phenomenal. I'd say maybe just creativity is the only thing it's lacking, but I really love Myzery. Like, I know like Bad Bunny's really popular right now, and if you're into that and you think like that's peak Puerto Rican hip hop, check this out because this is going to blow your mind. And Myzery is still making music. So yeah, I really recommend giving him a shot, supporting him. Yeah, it's excellent. All right, Juggalos, that's all I got to say. Next video is Most Tasteless Twisted. All right, whoop whoop.